Well, happy Independence Day. And I have a great announcement, personal announcement, that's just perfect for Independence Day. Now, when I was younger, I was a truck mechanic, of course, and then a Harley Davidson mechanic, and then certified by the factory and became a part of the dealership, the little mom and pop shop up here. We'll take a tour of the ruins sometime. But I went on to do other things, and I've done this and that. But I was hired by a sawmill. They needed a really quick lathe hand. They had a whole bunch of work to do, and the sawmill was making this transition back in the early 1980s in Colville, Washington. And the sawmill bought the small machine shop owned by this guy named Johnny. And so they hired me, and I earned the title of Millwright. Yeah, Millwright. How's that? And you know what? I like, of everything I've done, I like being a millwright, and I'm going to go back to being a millwright and leave all that hateful machine stuff on who's a machinist, who's a master machinist, and all that crap to fight amongst themselves on the hateful machinist side, And then, get this, being a millwright, and we get along better. Us millwrights, we know our place. I know my place as a millwright. I was a millwright. Then there was a couple of head millwrights who told me what to do, and I was quite happy. I kept busy. They liked how I punched out parts out of that shop, too. Well, so that's my announcement. I'm a millwright. What's my battery doing? No, I'm a millwright, and if any hateful machinist stumble into this channel and get freaky with that stuff that good old Forrest did, and a whole bunch of, banned 20, at least 20 for that and other creepy reasons. And that's pretty fun. Yeah, I really like that. Get these dumbasses in here making stupid comments, trying to disrupt you. So I know as a millwright how not to be disrupted. Okay, I want to have a quick look around here. I want to show you something. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Okay, it's hard to see this. This GoPro might not go close enough, but you might have to look close, because I don't know if I can get this closer. Now, I'm going to run this center into that hole. I'll do it a couple of times. Do you see the shaft kicking towards the camera because of the misalignment? Yeah, it's coming this way. The hole is over that way. See, that's right now with it like that. It's like a spring under pressure. So when you machine this, now this is something I'm bringing back from the precision lathes back to the engine lathe, because I know I have to do this on that precision lathe. You can't expect any kind of precision on the Monarch 10EE or a hard inch or anything if you've got a piece of work that's under tension like that having to be pulled over. Okay. Now, I made that worse by putting a strip of lead under one of the jaws. I'll turn it the other way, about 180. We'll watch it deflect the other way. I got that right. There it is. See, now it's pulling it away from the camera. Okay. Now, that is why I drilled the center hole in that one of the last videos, playing around with this just testing some cuts, okay? That's why I drilled the center hole way out to where it's going to be held, right? Didn't move the tailstock, drilled the center hole, put the live center in it. It fit right in the hole without deflecting it. That's why I did that. Now, if you can't get the end of the bar to run true enough, let me take it loose. Then you're gonna, because your chuck's not true, okay? And that, you'll run into that on lathes you're not familiar with, and maybe your own lathe. So what you do right here to offset that, you know, for that demonstration, I got a strip of lead there, and I've got more strips over here in the window. And if something's not running true, I can put strips of lead in the jaws here, then force the end over, right? Bump the end. Work with the chuck, bump the end. Usually I use a 4-jaw, right? Bump it, and that lead will give it enough give that you can drift it over and keep testing until the center fits in the hole. It's not doing that. Let's see if we can get that real close. I don't know, I'm hand holding the camera and it looks fuzzy on the screen here. Okay? So, if you pull that over, this machine can handle it because it's got tension. It's quite hot out here in the garage and the camera gets hot and shuts off. I think that's the nature of a GoPro 9. But anyway, move forward. I was talking about the Timken bearings in this axles in here. There's 2 pairs of it. I was looking at some specs, and it has something like 27,000 pounds radial load capability this way, and 11,000 pounds axial pushing straight into it. Now, over here, this is a ball bearing headstock in this Monarch 10EE, and you do not want to run anything in these sensitive ball bearings. I don't know what the loads are, but you don't want to put that kind of load on it. You want absolute truth. You put something in here, you don't want to bend it over with the tail center. It's just bad. I mean, it's ridiculous to do it. You shouldn't even be using this lathe. Get away from it. Okay. We'll learn over here from the Millwright. You want your shafting to run true. Just like in the sawmill, all that spinning shafts, you don't want any of that under any stress, tension on the pillow block bearings, or they're gonna burn out. They're gonna wake you up at midnight, make you come to the mill and fix it. How is that for drama? But it's the truth. It's really the truth. So you don't want that kind of stress on your work. And I'll tell you what, it's even particularly bad for plain spindle bearings because it causes it to break the oil wedge as this tight spot is spinning in your beautiful south bend spindle bearings, and it can damage them. You know, always put your hand on the caps. And, you know, I check this machine all the time when I'm doing stuff and I'm playing around with the spindle bearings, and I go, you know, that's getting a little bit hot. So, you know, I let it cool down. And it's doing pretty doggone good, you know, for an old machine. And I want to keep it running too. But I was expecting things to break on it more than it has, and it's actually kind of quieting up. Looking at other old Axelsons on videos and stuff like that, this one's just about as average, making a whole bunch of racket, you know. But, you know, the charm of this machine, I think, is its locomotive appearance and feel. I mean, you feel like you're operating a locomotive, but the carriage and cross slide is just surprisingly smooth. Hey, look at it. Smooth, easy. I got to get back into profiling some steel. Now, I'm gonna use this for the reverse handle for you Axelson fans, like that. You see that? It's that old crank handle. I don't know what it's off of. And I'm going to fill this with Bondo and make it look exactly like that. See? It'll look like that. I'm going to do a handle, heavy one, like the tailstock. Matching. And then only my hairdresser will know. Okay, I'm going to return pretty soon with a Canon salute. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke in the air from nearby fires in sage and juniper, kind of dry desert-like conditions, and it makes me very hoarse. I listen to myself on the last several videos and I sound like I'm about 200 years old. That's why I can hardly talk. Okay, but the smoke haze is not it's not bad for our purposes. Okay, let's approach over this way. Okay. What looks like an old Troy-built rototiller and an innocent wheelbarrow is far from it. Let's have a look. It's kind of heavy here. Okay. This is my personal fire base, and you can have one too. If you know, maybe I'll put a kit on Patreon. Okay, what we have here is my Firebase's field piece. Got a 1.75" bore, I suppose about 20" to the plug. It's got a permanently placed in heat shrunk non-removable breech plug. The material is chrome moly drawn over mandrel tubing. It meets no safety specifications whatsoever. Okay, so back here is the fire command area, and I will be back after dark. Fire command thinks 1/2 cup of propellant should be sufficient for salute. Looks good. Okay, the fireworks are running hot here in Walla Walla, Washington. And we're going to take a look down this sidewalk here. And it looks pretty good. Only an idiot would probably be walking around here, huh? Here we go, we'll check down this sidewalk. We're looking good. There's a pedestrian out there lighting fireworks over there. Okay, here we go. Happy 4th of July. I'm going to play it safe and I'm going to be right behind you. Okay. Holy crap, I'm scared. That was a half a cup of Pyrotex. Oof.